I've been through just about any and everything, and I won't go into a whole bunch of detail, but just great. Being kidnapped, being had guns put to my head, and oh my gosh, had guns put to certain other areas that shouldn't, and just this my life threatened, being under federal investigation for something that I didn't do. So
Living water for the thirsty soul.
Out of all parts of the Bible, why do you pick the woman at the well to be your focus?
because the woman at the well relates to me mostly. I believe I am the woman at the well. I believe I was and am the woman that's hungry and thirsty for righteousness. And a lot of times when people hear that word righteousness, they think it's some, religious, perfect kind of verbiage. It's not. Righteousness just means what's right before God, what's right in God's eyes, from finding out purpose, from again having, I keep saying low self-esteem issues. So talking about self-esteem because that's something that I suffered with. So much so that my best friend, when I was young, when I was a teenager, would take me and stand me in front of her bathroom mirror and say to me, "Look at this. What do you see?" And I would look in the mirror and I would go, "Nothing." And she would say, "Are you kidding me? You are beautiful," But
Wow.
that was something that I couldn't see, that I had to deal with. So the woman at the well, she's me in regards to self-esteem. She's me and dating and looking for that Prince Charming. She is me and looking for fulfillment outside of myself in relationships and trying to do any and everything that I could do to please that person. She's me and looking for purpose and trying to find out who I am. She's me in being in a family where a lot of the family were, they're doctors, they're lawyers, they've aspired and they've gotten all of these accolades in the community, but I'm the black sheep. So that's why I picked the woman at the well. And I think the woman at the well encompasses not only so many traits in me, but just in women in general, in humanity. I used to say, and I remember crying growing up in church, asking God, like, why have you allowed me to go through so much? When you talk about, I've been through just about any and everything, and I won't go into a whole bunch of detail, but just great. Being kidnapped. I don't know if the woman in well actually got kidnapped, but I
Oh,
probably
you got kidnapped?
yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah. I was being had guns put to my head, and oh my gosh, had guns put to certain other areas that shouldn't, and just this my life threatened, being under federal investigation for something that I didn't do. So the woman at the well to me encompasses so much more than, let's say, a Mary Magdalene or a Deborah or maybe an Esther who was sheltered in life and then married off to a prince. So the woman at the well, I just look at those 5 different men that she dealt with as 5 different scenarios that she might have experienced while she was with those men. So, and the soul ties that were associated. It's just so much with the women at the well, because every time you're intimate with someone, and the reason that Jesus called them, said there's, if you you're right, you don't have a husband and you haven't had a husband, and the one that you're with is not your husband. As a matter of fact, you've had 5. So anytime you become one, you become intimately connected to a person, there's a soul transference, there's a soul tie that's established. The soul is actually broken into different pieces. Some of that person's soul you've encapsulated into you, and some of your soul has gone into them. So there are soul fragments. There are pieces of ourself that we need to gather back, but that we need to allow Holy Spirit to gather back and bring back into one, into unison.